Tina di Washington, D.C. with an amazing Kenyan who is putting on. Man like Mak'Ouma. Niaje bro?
Safi kabisa ukaje?
Manze mimi niko best sana nikiona Mkenya kama mimi especially akiwa diaspora. Najua iko best kabisa. How's your day been? What you been up to? Hebu tupatie tea kidogo.
Wakumbuka si kitambo sana kulikuwa na joto mingi sana. Last summer nikakwambia kuna joto. Kuna snow. I just for a minute before nianze ujue kitu tunapitia tukiwa hapa. Let me just say this for a minute.
Haina shida.
Something outside. Are you able to see the screen outside?
Yes.
The snow outside?
Nikubaya. Tell me, as a Kenyan, how was it like experiencing snow for the first time? Kwa sababu hapa Kenya tunaipatanga kama Mungu anapenda.
So yeah, I mean I've been around for some time now. So this time was different. It was historic because I think it started from all the way from west to east coast where I am. I don't expect this to go away for the next 3, let's say 1.5 months. So it will be around for another 1.5 months. So it's amazing. I mean, it's cold. It's really, really cold. But it's a quite an experience.
Quite an experience. I can imagine. I wonder how many jackets for someone like me who hasn't experienced snow. I don't know ni jacket. Sijui kama ni socks mbili nitavaa nikilala. Inakaa tu kizungumkuti.
Sasa hapa unaona hata kutembea hata kutoka tu kwa mlango hivi kuna baridi. So lazima ujipange vizuri sana. Ukuwe na gloves, ukuwe na jacket na nini. It's too cold, so you have to be very, very warm, covered,
prepared.
In all the possible means,
kweli. Alafu pia najua kukiwa na snow hivyo inahitaji pia vitu pale nyumbani kama chakula, maji uko nazo kwa sababu kidogo uko confined to your home because of the weather.
Yeah. So they gave us warning. So when this happened, they gave us warning. They told us that we have to stock food. We have to have all that is necessary, including flash light. That is to protect you when the lights go out. We are fortunate enough for us. We have light, power. But of course, some states like Tennessee, they still have challenges with that. So yeah, we had to stock excess food just in case for emergency.
I like that. I wish. If there's usually something that I usually ask guys, nini ungependa introduce you hapa Kenya? From what you've said, I think it would be amazing if we were to get warnings, especially about weather or about some small things, key text or something that the government gives out so that unajijua. Because like for yourself, as you've said, muliambiwa tayari na mapema. Mulikuwa mshaambiwa snowstorm inakuja, jiwekeni vizuri. So I think that would be a good thing to introduce back home. Yani gavai tuambiange cheki mvua inanyesha kaeni nyumbani ama jipangeni vizuri. And from your experience of being abroad, ni nini nyingine ambayo ume-experience huko Washington, America ambayo ungesema by the way Neville pia hii tunaweza ongeza kwa hiyo list ya things I would love to be introduced back home to just make sure kila kitu iko best.
Neville, let me tell you something. I'm a fan of tech. Like I talk about tech every day. It's part of my life. Like in the morning, at night, I talk about tech. Speaking of the weather, I think the tech in this side is well developed, and I'm looking forward to having the same happen in Kenya. To be able to be where this place is, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of contribution, support from everyone. I discuss with my guys here, I mean my Kenyans friends who are here, who are in tech, and we always think of what can we do about these things that are happening here, just in case if that to happen in Kenya. And we talk about tech. So I want to present you something about tech that we are thinking of doing. So I believe that, so I used to be a teacher, I lectured in the universities in Kenya before I came here. And I realized for many years, there are many things that are happening, but I think we are focused on providing education rather than skill-based. It's time we started thinking of doing STEM, putting a lot of emphasis on STEM. And so that's one thing I want to do. In my retirement, going back home, I would want to have one of the best STEM centers where young people, young innovators, people who want to implement innovate new ideas could use that a chance to be able to push their ideas. That's one thing I want. I believe that tech can be able to be used to solve almost, if not all the problems, especially what's happening in my beloved country, Kenya. I think we need to do much. I think there are a lot of things happening. 2 to 3 weeks ago, I had a chance of interviewing people, over 100, young people from the age of 13 years. They were in high school, to people who are in the universities, and each of them, had great ideas that they presented and pitched for us. And I was much happy. One of the particular ones, a student from M-Pesa Foundation, a young man with great minds, who among the people that we're inviting for this conference that's coming in June. So, Neville, if you allow me, let me tell you about this conference. So the conference that's happening is a follow-up of the conference success story that we did. 3 years ago, I came up with an idea of bringing Kenyans who are in tech together. We did that. Virtually, we had different meetings until 2004 September, when we moved to Kenya. We came to Kenya and we did a conference at USIU. It was so successful. We were to have one here last year, but because of migration, we pushed it to this year. So in June 24th and 25th this year, we're having a conference called Kenya US Tech Forum under the name of Diaspora Innovation and AI Conference. This is happening in DC here at a place called, a university here called Marymount University, which is based in DC. And of course, everyone is welcome. It's going to be a good thing. Great minds coming together to share a platform where we exchange ideas, where innovators, policymakers, students, researchers, and professionals will be meeting to share idea and provide a platform for future engagement.
For sure. And I like the fact that you're one of us. Yani wewe ni familia diaspora. It's not your first time here, but we love the fact that you're always championing for Kenyans to be in those spaces that already the first world is in. Because we know when it comes to tech, when it comes to AI especially, that is what we are all about, especially if we can be there in the forefront, because as we know in Kenya, some institutions, some government institutions, some places of work are using AI in the right kind of way. So at least najua June tutakuwa tukionana for this amazing conference, Robert. Hopefully unaweza to invite tukuja huko tupatie watu uhondo one-on-one. But I love the fact that you're offering this initiative. Alafu pia, talk to us about the next steps forward. Hii conference ikisha happened, what would you like to see especially happened after it, especially for Kenyans in diaspora doing tech and also back home?
Great. So Nevin, I should be coming to your studio. I should be in person in March. So March, please expect to see me there.
Nice.
I'm going to talk more about this, but I want to say this. There are a lot of things that are happening that we envy about the US, but most of the time we see this thing online and nobody really takes action. I think it's time to take action. I've had discussion with the great people from PS ICT to PS Diaspora Affairs, and we've had so much discussions. I have had this discussion with President Ruto when he was there in Atlanta, Georgia. I asked him some of the things that I feel need to be done, and I think it's time to take action. And we want everyone, from media to students to researchers to academia to any professional to be part of this. I think it's time. If we talk about, I think now we talk about Singapore, right? I've never been to Singapore, but I'm trying to imagine if we were to go that way, then there are many things that we need to go. I look at China. I mean, like 50 years ago, China wasn't such a serious country. Today, if you talk about China, you talk about US. This is because of technology. I look at every day, see what development we have in terms of AI. And I think there's time. I think the politicians and the leaders of our beloved country need to take this seriously. The county government, I've had some discussion with certain county government. Unfortunately, the politicians think about politics more than thinking of development. They think of how do they get elected the next election. But I think if somebody was to leave a legacy, I look at the legacy that Tom Mboya left many years ago, before I was born, right? And the things that he did are still things that we relate to and we know up to date. I'm looking for the next generation of tomboy among this generation, from young people to the old people, that we have to do something that the country of the future generation will appreciate even after we are gone. So you as a media personality, we are going to invite you. I'm going to personally deliver invitation to you when I come, and we want to be part of this. And of course, I'm looking forward to seeing you in Washington, D.C. in June 24th and 25th.
I love it. Now at least I know we'll see each other a lot. Sisi ni mabeshte Robert. At least pia nikikuja hiyo maeneo utanionyesha pale kwa kujinoise, especially kuja mambo ya DC and whatnot. And thank you very much. And we love the fact that you're one of our own. When I say one of our own, I mean not only a Kenyan, but we're in a diaspora family. Anytime you have something, you're always coming through for us, communicating that. If guys would like to reach out to you, how can they reach out to you? How can they connect with you through social media or all these other avenues?
Great. So for anyone who wants to attend a conference, so you go to KUSAT, KUSAT.tech, www.kusat.tech. Then we have our information there. There's a registration form. You can leave your details there. You can be able to look at the sample of invitation letter that we have there. So then I'm also, that is just one. So I'm well known by Marymount AI, which is an AI-powered platform that simplifies immigration journey for many Kenyans. In the next coming days, we're going to talk about the EB visas, which is employment-based visas. You can find us on our social media. Marymount AI, you'll find me. I'm available. I have my contacts there. Otherwise, we have a WhatsApp group that you can also join through our Marymount. That is www.marymount.ai.com or Kenya, www.kusat.tech. We are available on LinkedIn. We are available on the social media platform. I'm very active on Facebook as well as LinkedIn. We can always, you can always reach out and then we can discuss more.
Nice. Thank you very much, Robert. You're definitely a champion in your own right. Asante sana for opening those doors and windows for Kenyans when it comes to opportunities, especially wakikuja majuu when it comes to the tech space. Before we love and leave you, si unajua tradition yetu hapa before tukuache uende. Ni lazima nikwambie Robert.
Salamu.
Kabisa. You see our family.
Atasikia hii. Sasa mimi namwambia. So salamu. Last time I said salamu, I said I wish my grandma was alive, right? Because she took care of me after the death of my parents. But I want again. I know some people say, I didn't want to say hello to them. So I want to say this. I went to a school called Mak'Ouma Primary School, Luanda Primary School, Okikamayo Primary School, Rawinji Primary School. If you went to those schools, shout out to you. I went to Gogo Secondary School. I went to Jolomino Secondary School. If you are alumnus of that school, shout out to you. I want to also say this to Kenya Polytechnic, which is TUK right now, where I went to school. I went to school to Mount Kenya University. Again, I went to school to Mount Kenya University. I went to school to KUSAT University. So if you are part of that, I want to say shout out to you. Otherwise, I want to say shout out to every Kenyans living in the US. Very cold season, but we are keeping pushing on. There's so many challenges when it comes to migration, but we are pushing on. We love our country. We want to give back to our country. And all Kenyans, if you come together, we are going to change the face of Kenya. Be blessed.